Hey guys, it's Ornlu, and I wasn't gonna make a video like this, but I decided, well, if I need to learn all of the different civilizations' new doc tech trees anyway, I might as well make a video on it because, as one of the comments on the video that went live today as I'm recording this, there is no resource out there, at least that I can see, that has all of this information available for you. And although this may change before the release of all of these naval changes, this is likely going to be exactly what we're going to be seeing throughout all of Thalassocracy Cup, and will still probably give us a very good indication of what will be in the live version of the game. So I'm just going to go through these and look at all of the different doc tech trees that are now for all of the 50 civilizations in the game, because everybody's gotten a mix-up, and it's something that at least is worth knowing for myself. I don't know how many people would be interested in this sort of thing, but let's just go through it here. Starting with the Armenians, they don't have fast fire ship, and they had shipwright taken away, but they also miss out on dry dock now. So they don't get that last pierce armor for their galleons. So their galleons are going to be doing more attack with the extra projectile and extra range, but you are getting a bit of a late game nerf. Also, you have both of the fire ship upgrades, which is pretty funny because you don't have fast fire ship. Obviously, I'm going to try and go through these quickly, as there are 50 civs. So Aztecs don't have galleon, don't have heavy demo ship. That's the same as before. Elite cannon galleon, or I guess cannon galleons in general, are available to the civ, as many people are unhappy about. But yeah, those are going to be there. You also don't have dry dock or carvel holes to get that extra movement speed, and neither of the fire ship upgrades. This is actually kind of a bummer because Aztecs used to have fully upgraded fast fire ships. You had dry dock, you had shipwright, and of course fast fire ships, so that even though you didn't even have galleons, you at least had that as an option in water maps. So you don't really get anything close to fully upgraded anymore on the water with the Aztecs. Bengalis are, of course, a naval civ to begin with. You have everything except heavy demo, same as before. And you get not incendiaries, so you get everything except incendiaries for the exploding fast fire ships and heavy demo ships. So you still get most of everything here as Bengalis, but not that final fire ship boost. Berbers, for a brief shining moment, were the only civ that had a complete dock tech tree with full upgrades, including siege engineers. But now they don't have incendiaries either, so you have everything at the dock except incendiaries for your faster fast fire ships. So I guess it's going to be more not able to kamikaze in with them, unfortunately. Other than that, though, you have everything plus the movement speed. And yes, Berber trade cogs are now going to be even faster, poggers. Bohemians had a bad navy to begin with anyway. You don't have dry dock, you don't have carvel holes, you do have the fire ship upgrades, but no fast fire ship and no heavy demo ship. It's still not going to be worth playing water with Bohemians. So yeah, you're still missing a lot of those upgrades. Britons used to have everything except for... Actually, they used to, back in AOC, had everything except for the cannon galleons altogether. Then in the Forgotten, they got cannon galleon. Now they don't get Karak, so this is the first civ that doesn't get the final upgrade to the Hulk line. You still have everything else, and you also don't get incendiaries for your fire ships. So your galleons are still fully upgraded, you still got shipwright, dry dock, you have both the speed upgrades, but no final War Hulk upgrade there, and no fully upgraded fast fire ships either. Bulgarians, one of the worst naval civs in the game. No heavy demo ship, no elite cannon galleon, no fast fire ship. Oh, this is ugly. No shipwright as before, no dry dock, no carvel hull, neither of the fire ship upgrades. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Don't play Bulgarians on water maps, kids. Burgundians, remember, you do get the earlier eco upgrades, which isn't actually reflected here. Yeah, fishing... Actually, I think you should be able to get fishing lines in the Dark Age and gill nets in the Feudal Age. Kind of interesting. But beyond that, you do not have heavy demo ship, you don't have shipwright, and you don't have dry dock. You actually missed shipwright and dry dock before. But at least you have everything else, and your fire ships are fully operational with incendiaries and siphons, and you at least have all the movement speed. You're not going to rush to play Burgundians on a water map, but they aren't at least completely hopeless. Burmese, no fast fire ship, no heavy demo ship, no shipwright, and neither of the fire ship upgrades, so your galleons are at least decent. as are your Carracks, because you have all of the speed and armor upgrades. So, I mean, that's at least something going for you. You also have fully upgraded elite cannon galleons with siege engineers. The no shipwright, though, is, of course, a big bummer. But it's an okay navy, all things considered. Fire ships are definitely the big weak point, but you do have good Carracks and galleons. Byzantines, of course, with their super Drummonds with the faster attack speed and the cheaper Imperial Age, but no siege engineers. We have everything else at the dock, same as before. No incendiaries. I did notice this earlier, and this is kind of surprising to me, because your fire ships aren't actually fully upgraded anymore. I mean, you still have Greek fire to scoop up your fast fire ships, but yeah, you don't get that final upgrade for the explodey fire ships. You have everything else still available to you, but I did find that a bit of an interesting point. Celts, terrible navy, no elite cannon galleon, no fast fire ship, no bracer, of course, and then neither of the fire ship upgrades. That said, you do have fully upgraded Carracks and demo ships, and you got careening and dry dock and clinker construction and carvel hull, so you still have all of the speed and armor upgrades as well as shipwright. So it's not good, but at least your Carracks and demo ships give you something to play with in the late game on water as the Celts. Whereas you used to not really have anything to work with because you can't really field a navy of demo ships. Your galleons were subpar and you didn't have fast fire ships, so it was really rough for Celts on the water. Late game, even though they had a very good early game with their faster lumberjacks. Chinese, again, they used to have basically a full naval tech tree for a shining moment, except siege engineers. So you have your dragon ship and your Lochuans, and you have everything else. Notably, you don't get Carvel Hull, and you don't get Incendiary, so both of the best fast fire ship civs, Chinese and Byzantines, I guess no longer, they never got Incendiaries in the first place. Chinese are also missing that final speed boost. Pending invitations, oh my goodness, I'm on the different patch than everyone else! Yeah, but that's interesting. Not really gonna be, like, tippy top tier late game on water anymore, as they are in actually the current patch of the game. Humans, literally one of the worst water civs in the game. Yeah, no heavy demo ship, no elite cannon galleon, and you're missing so much here. No shipwright, dry dock, carvel hull, incendiaries, or siphons. You just get a little bit of movement speed and a little bit of pierce armor. At the very least, you do have fast fire ships and Carracks to play with. So far, Britons are the only civ to miss the Carrack upgrade itself, or I guess upgrade through heavy warships. But yeah, obviously not a strength of the civ. Dravidians, as I mentioned in the first video, are the only civ with at least the closest thing to a full dock tech tree, so you got everybody here at the dock plus your unique ship. No siege engineers, which is the only thing you're missing, but then you also have shipwright, and then all 6 of these upgrades right here to benefit your navy. So Dravidians, still very, very good and complete naval tech tree. Ethiopians, no fast fire ship, no heavy demo ship, no elite cannon galleon, but you do have shipwright, and you do have dry dock, but still missing carvel hull's a little bit of a bummer, because at least you had fully upgraded galleons with shipwright, which was, again, it's something that's nice for the civ, but yeah, missing carvel hull is a little bit of a bummer there for the Ethiopian navy in the late game. Not that Ethiopians are a top-tier water civ in the first place, but again, having, like, the completely upgraded galleons was still nice to have, especially in, like, Team Islands and Migration and stuff like that. Ranks. You have everything here except Elite Cannon Galleon. However, you do miss Shipwright, and you do miss Incendiaries, and of course Bracer for your Galleon. So your Carracks are still decent. You have all of the speed and armor available to you. Your fast fire ships even have at least siphons to get the charge attack. But still, ranks on water, not really the strength of the civilization. But again, the Carracks give another option to civs that otherwise had, like, very little going for them. Right, you have the Carracks that you can use. You used to just really have fast fire ships and heavy demos, and since heavy demos are never really a part of your army, or I guess your navy, like, completely, it was really just fast fire ship spam. Now you at least have that option to make a bunch of, fully speedy and fully armored caravels. Or not caravels, Carracks. Georgians, okay, this is our second civ that doesn't have Carrack itself. Interesting. No heavy demo, no elite cannon galleon, and you're missing a ton of upgrades here. So yeah, Georgians, definitely not a late game water civ. They are still very good on hybrid maps because of the starting mule cart. but not a civ you really want to be playing late game with. Goths, you have Drummonds, and then you actually have everything else here at the dock, but you don't have dry dock. You do have shipwright. So you missed that last little bit of armor, but your fire ships are actually fully upgraded with the Goths. You have, I guess except for that last Pierce armor, but you have shipwright, you have both of the fire ship upgrades, you have both of the movement speed upgrades. It's a sneaky okay navy. You're not completely hopeless, and I've actually seen in tournaments over the years, people picking Goths on team islands, and then late game actually able to contribute both with like a landing span with barracks units, and also at least being decent on the water. It's not as bad as you may think for the Goths here with their navy. Gurjaras, you do get the extra fishing ship garrison space, but no fast fire ship, no elite cannon galleon. I thought they used to have elite cannon galleon. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, no fire ship upgrades, no dry dock. You do have shipwright. Wait, ship build 50% faster. Maybe they're... I don't think they would have changed shipwright to be even more powerful than it already is. This is probably a typo or just how they reword the bonus or do the math. I don't think that would be 50% faster. But yeah, no dry dock, no fire ship upgrades. You at least have galleons, though. You have your carracks. You do have heavy demo ships. And that is at least still something that you have going for you as the Gurjaras. Hindustanis, no fast fire ship, no heavy demo ship. You do have elite cannon galleon, and you do have your carracks, but no shipwright, no dry dock, none of your fire ship upgrades. It's still not a great navy. It's a playable navy. Again, if you're in a situation where you are playing water late game, you're still a very well-rounded civ as Hindustanis, but it's not exactly going to be a strength of the civilization. Huns! You do have your Drummonds, of course, you have Galleon, you have Fast Fire Ship and Heavy Demo Ship, another civ to miss the Carrack. And I assume you missed most of everything here. Actually, no. Got Dry Dock, you've got Carvel Hull. You have fully upgraded Fast Fire Ships except for Shipwright. I mean, and your Galleons aren't bad either. Honestly, they made the Hun Navy not terrible. It's not great, as you can never really consider a navy that is... Oh, no, you don't have the fast fire ship upgrades. But yeah, you can never really consider a navy great that doesn't have shipwright or some sort of bonus that would compensate for it. But it's far from an unplayable navy here for the Huns. Incas, no heavy demo ship, no elite cannon galleon. Well, I mean, you used to not have any cannon galleon at all. Now you just have a regular cannon galleon. They never had heavy demo ship in the first place. They did, however, have shipwright and dry dock, and that remains the case now, but no fire ship upgrades and no Carvel Hull. So your galleons are still going to be good enough. They are pretty much fully upgraded, just missing a little bit of that movement speed. But yeah, not really getting the full fire ship complement, I guess, that you used to have as the Incas. So missing both siphons and incendiaries is a bit of a bummer for them. Italians, of course, very much a naval civilization. No heavy demo ships, same as before, same with the no siege engineers, but you got everybody else, and with a discount. Now, the discount was nerfed a little bit, so it's only minus 25% instead of 33%, but still, having so many more upgrades to research, you're probably still saving more resources in the grand scheme of things, because all of these upgrades get a discount, as the Italian university, very, very good, just missing siege engineers. So yeah, Italians still going to be great on water. Japanese, meanwhile, have the exact same dock tech tree as Italians, just like before, but they do not get fire ship upgrades. Interesting. Like, again, Japanese used to have fully upgraded fast fire ships, and it was a strength of the civilization. Now you don't. You miss siphons and incendiaries. So you're going to be more reliant on your galleons and your carracks, because no heavy demo ship, and you're missing all of the, final fast fire ship upgrades. And as a civ that you are going to be actively picking on water maps, this is probably going to matter a lot more than some of the other civs that I'm just sort of glancing through, because you're just not really going to see them picked there anyway. But this really doesn't help the Japanese case for their navy in the late game. So a bit of a sad moment for Japanese. Jurgens, you actually have the very good Loach ones with Thunderclap bombs, but other than that, you don't really want to play them on water. No fast fire ship. You do have Galleon, Carrack, and heavy demo ship, but no shipwright is sad for them. No dry dock as well to get that last Pierce armor. But you do have Carvel Hull and Incendiary, so Another case of you have the fire ship upgrades without fast fire ship, which is pretty derpy. But honestly, your Carracks, your demo ships, and your galleons, and especially your Lochwans are all at least playable. You know, they're usable. Usable navy. Teutons, you do actually get double the attack upgrades for your hulks, so their early game on water, they're actually pretty decent. But other than that, it's basically a disaster. No elite cannon galleon, no galleon, no heavy demo ship. You do have the Carracks at the very least, and you do have fast fire ship. But yeah, no shipwright, no dry dock. They do get the fire ship upgrades, though, so you kinda still have fully upgraded fast fire ships, almost. Got all the speed, you are missing one Pierce Armor, you are missing shipwright, so at least you have that as an option, same with your Carracks. Obviously still not a civ you want to be playing on the water, though. This is all interesting to me, though. Khmer, no heavy demo ship, and no shipwright, and no incendiaries, so it's a playable navy. Got elite cannon galleon, have Carrack galleon, fast fire ship, just no heavy demo ship, and no shipwright, and also not that final fire ship upgrade. So again, it's a usable navy, but not really one you're going to be actively picking. Koreans, going to maintain their status of having the full university tech tree, and that is a lot of technologies to have available to you now. So always glad to see that, and beyond that, they didn't have demo ships in the first place, so all of this is pretty much exactly the same as before. You have the complete complement of all things navy, except, of course, for the demo ship line. Korean's still very much going to be a top-tier civ on the water. Lithuanians, no Carracks, another civ that is missing the Carrack, and no heavy demo, but you do have fast fires, elite cannon galleons, and galleons. No shipwright, though, and neither of the fire ship upgrades, so really it's just galleons with bracer and your elite cannon galleons. Not a civ you're going to want to actively pick on full water maps, although like Georgians, they are still very good in the early game because of their extra starting food. Magyars! You do get free attack for your Carracks, which is always fun. No elite cannon galleon, no heavy demo ship, and oh, this is unfortunate for Magyars, who actually had a sneaky good naval tech tree, but you miss Carvel Hull, and you miss both of the fire ship upgrades, so I mean, shipwright is nice, and galleons with bracer are as well, but it's going to be just your galleons and your Carracks, which are really going to be the solid late-game options here on the water for the Magyars. Malay, now that fishing ships can garrison inside harbors and fire a bazillion arrows, are probably going to be even better in the late game. No heavy demo ships, same as before, and also no incendiaries for your fire ships. So you still have your Carracks with full upgrades, you have your galleons, elite cannon galleons, but just not quite having that final, fully operational fire ship upgrade. So still not quite the perfect late-game navy, and you don't have a late-game military bonus on the water. At least not for your ships, you just have the harbors. So you do have your weaknesses, but Malay are still going to be top tier, of course. Malians, no galleon, no elite cannon galleon, no shipwright, no fire ship upgrades. Yeah, it's not good, no shipwright. I mean, you do have dry dock and Carvel Hull, which means that I guess your Carracks are okay, although you miss Blast Furnace for them, remember? But yeah, Malians, another very good civ early on the water that falls off a cliff late game. Mayans used to have a very good navy. You had everything except cannon galleons. Now you have cannon galleons, but you're missing dry dock now, you're missing Carvel Hull, and you're missing both of the fire ship upgrades. So your navy is, relatively speaking, taking a big step back as the Mayans, even though you are now getting access to cannon galleons. But yeah, missing a lot of these other upgrades is not great for them. Mongols, no Carrack, so another civ to miss that. They used to have elite cannon galleon, now they do not. You do have shipwright, you don't have dry dock, that is same as before. You do have Carvel Hull, and no incendiaries for your fast fire ships. Again, Mongols are a serviceable civ on the water throughout the game, but not really a top tier one. Persians, complete dock tech tree, but remember no bracer for your galleons, but Carracks give them another option that's still going to be very good. And then beyond that, no shipwright because you already have the faster working docks, but you do have everything else available, so your fire ships are going to be very good. Same with your Carracks, and same with your demo ships. So still a solid navy for the Persians, and getting another good late-game non-galleon option which is going to help make up for the fact that they don't have bracer for their galleons, is actually going to make Persians, probably relatively speaking, a little bit better on the water in the long run. Poles, no heavy demo ship, no elite cannon galleon, no shipwright, no dry dock, none of the fire ship upgrades. Yeah, it's not a great navy. You can rely on your galleons and carracks to a degree. Your fast fire ships are going to fall off, though. Missing that Pierce Harbor is going to be really rough in these late-game naval battles and, like, galleon shootouts. So, yeah, Poles, much more of a land civ. Portuguese, remember, you do have the new unique tech to make ships train 33% faster, which is wild. You don't have demo ships at all anymore, and you never had fast fire ship in the first place, and you don't have shipwright. But you get a gold discount, ankier ships. You get the Federias, which are in and themselves basically an auto-win in the late game. You have your unique ship, the Caravel. You've got carracks, galleons, elite cannon galleons, which are even more accurate. Yeah, your fire ships aren't really that great, but you do have dry dock and carvel hull, so your navy is still really, really good. Galleons, carracks, caravels, cannon galleons are all going to be very, very strong options for the Portuguese, and they are probably just the best late-game navy civ after this patch. Getting the faster production speed is so huge, especially at a much cheaper price. 250 food, 150 wood versus 1,000 food, 300 gold. The Romans, they are getting demo ships. They used to not have demo ships at all. But you still don't have heavy demo ship. You still do, I guess you still don't have carracks. You also don't get carracks. You have shipwright, but no dry dock, same as before. And you're missing fire ship upgrades. And yeah, so I mean, it's not a great navy. Again, another civ that misses bracer for their galleons. And you really don't have anything with full upgrades on the water in the late game. Especially now that the fire ships are kind of sad. I mean, your Drummonds, I guess, are okay, but yeah, not really very good. You do have a good early game navy because you have extra armor for your galley line and I guess your Drummonds. But yeah, you really fall off in late game on the water. Saracens, everything except fast fire ship is the same as before, and then no shipwright because your galleons are of higher quality, so they don't also get to be cheaper, and then you got everything else available. So even though you don't have fast fire ship, you have both of the other fire ship upgrades, and then of course everything else here at the university: careening, dry dock, carvel hull, and clinker construction. So everything except your fire ships are fully upgraded, and your galleons are super good, and even your regular fire ships at least get siphons and incendiaries. Great navy civ for sure. Shu, you have your Lochuans, and you have, I thought they didn't have heavy demo ship before. I want to say that they didn't. Now they do. But you don't have your fire ship upgrades, but you do have everything else. So your demos are fully upgraded, your carracks are fully upgraded, your galleons are fully upgraded, your Lochuans are. I mean, the fast fire ships aren't really going to hold up as well in post-imp, but Shu are low-key one of the better naval civs in the game, if not, like, a very, very good one. Especially as you do have a wood-related bonus. Alright, getting towards the end here. Sicilians, everything except elite cannon galleon is the same as before. And no incendiary, so you don't get that final fire ship upgrade. That said, you do have everything else available to you, so Sicilians are still going to be a very good, well-rounded civ on the water. You're really missing that early bonus for your navy, which is unfortunate because soldiers does not include navy. But beyond that, it's it's still a very good, solid overall naval tech tree. And Sicilians are a great team island civ because they're really good at landing. The donjons and sergeants can be super annoying, and you can also contribute in late-game naval battles. And a similar story for migration, actually. So Sicilians are actually pretty reasonable. Tatars, no heavy demo ship. You don't have shipwright either, so that is the same as before. You're also missing your fire ship upgrades. So you do have dry dock and carvel hull, but really it's just going to be your galleons, cannon galleons, and carracks that are especially great as the game goes on. A perfectly fine water civ, for sure, but not really, one you're going to actively pick. Also, I haven't mentioned it, but every civ I've seen so far has both fishing lines and gill nets, for what it's worth. Teutons, everything except elite cannon galleon, but no shipwright or dry dock or even incendiary, so you don't even get your fire ships with full upgrades. Yeah, Teutons, not a good water civ. I mean, you do have heated shot at least for your castles, which is very nice. It's actually difficult to push Teutons even from the water. But yeah, not a civ you're going to be actively picking on the water regardless. Turks, you used to have everything except siege engineers, although you had artillery and then fast fire ship. And this is still the case. Turks having everything at the university except for siege engineers. So you got the full thing. You got shipwright, dry dock, carvel hull, incendiaries for your not fast fire ships. So still a low-key excellent navy for the Turks. The gold miner bonus is a pretty minor one for early game naval combat, but you are still a very formidable civ on the water in the late game. And of course, your super bombard towers, you have heated shot, fully upgraded keeps as well with the heated shot, so that's great for securing the coastline. Yeah, Turks still very, very good on the water in the late game, not so much early game. Vietnamese, no fast fire ship, no shipwright. You do have dry dock and carvel hull. So still you got elite cannon galleons, carracks, heavy demo ships, or at least being made with all 4 of these upgrades, which matters. Shipwright being gone is obviously a bit sad, but it's a serviceable late game navy for a civ that is still pretty well rounded on most settings. So again, Vietnamese are in that tier of you're not going to actively pick them on water maps, but if you roll them on a water map with random, you're not going to be helpless at all. Vikings, the biggest beneficiaries of this whole rework, in my opinion, because you have fire galleys and fire ships and hulks. The fact that you can just now fight for pawns early on is just so massive for them. Yeah, really, really good now for the Vikings. Of course, you still have your longboats. You do lose the demo ship line, but it is just replaced with the Carrack line. Yeah, you're missing the incendiaries upgrade for your fire ships, but that doesn't really matter too much. You're just happy to get them in the early game. That's all you need them for. You've got all of the other upgrades. Vikings are still going to be a super, super good civ on water maps now. Your warship discount was also nerfed a little bit, but it's not too big of a deal in my opinion. And yeah, you're going to be very happy playing Vikings on water now, on any map with water, whereas used to be only maps where you could galley rush. Dawe. You have your Lochwans, you are missing heavy demo ship, no shipwright, no dry dock, no fire ship upgrades. Yeah, not a good naval civ. I mean, I guess you have Carracks with a bunch of upgrades, but yeah, not at all a good civ here for the way on the water. And finally, the Woo. You used to have everything except shipwright, and you still don't have shipwright. And you also don't have incendiaries, so it's kind of funny, like the demo ship fire damage over time civ doesn't get incendiaries. That's kind of weird, but I guess it's all right. Your Lochwans are still very, very good, and you have all 4 of these upgrades, which is very helpful. And again, just the rest of the full complement of all of the naval techs. So guys, that is it. That is 27 minutes and 48 seconds of me talking straight. I hope you enjoyed. This video is basically just there for people who are interested. If not, it's not really a big deal. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.